About the fitment on my My Wrx, which obviously is not the best. So I think what today we're going to do is we are going to measure my car for spacers. Now, ideally, spacers are not what I want to do with the car. I want to eventually get wide enough wheels that actually fit the car without spacers, but for now, until I decide and save up a little bit more money for the wheels that I want, I'm going to run these with spacers. Now, wheels are 18 by 10.5 plus 15 with a 295/40 tire, which I didn't expect to be as beefy as they were, and they didn't fit like I thought they would either. So we had to make a lot of things work within the car to be able to fit these. So we cut a lot of the inside, more of the fender than we really needed to, things like that. So when I do the new spacers, I'm gonna rub. So what I think I'm gonna do is I'm actually gonna get a new tire size as well when I do spacers, or
it's gonna rub like crazy.
Yeah, so it's gonna rub really bad. So
I mean, you can measure your car.
When I do the spacers, I might do new tires depending on how bad rubbing is, but if you guys come down here and look, if I go any wider, there's gonna be some serious rubbing issues because of how beefy the tires actually are. Previously, I ran a 265/35, which was still good. I had a little bit of stretch, so when I went to the 295/40, I didn't really think that was gonna be too much of a jump, and it was. To get it! I'm just doing things over here. I'm just... Fuel pump, dude?
Yeah, see, you know, when I do my fuel pump, I actually install it correctly.
Shut up!
You guys did it all wrong. I'm just sitting here by myself.
Yeah, let's measure. So, helping me measure for spacers is gonna be Evan, of course. Evan is the wheel guru.
Let's go.
So, let's go see what we need to measure the tires. Evan, let's hear what we're gonna need for everything.
We only need two things. Tape measure,
okay,
and this little ruler square thing.
Cool.
Let's do it.
So, with an all-wheel drive car, you can't have two different wheel sizes, but
And we're gonna run square spacers. You're just
Correct.
gonna run two of the same type.
Correct.
So you still need to measure both front and rear because you want to get, you can't get a spacer that's too aggressive, right?
Right, exactly.
So if you go too far in the front, and the rear doesn't look good either. Like you have to find a happy ground in the medium.
Correct.
And in the middle.
Exactly.
Okay, so we kind of have to do like a very simple calculation here. This is not that difficult. So if you watch our video, we go like a full in-depth process on how to measure fitment. We only have to do half of that right now. So all we have to do is measure the outboard dimension that we want to go and pick a spacer that will work for both the front and the rear. So it's pretty easy. So we're gonna take our tools here. I'm gonna line up the T-square basically right at the side of the fender and put it basically vertical like this. So try to line it up straight down. So to me, perfect fitment is basically when the face of the wheel is lined up with the outside of the fender and it comes straight down from there.
Agreed.
Okay, so what we're gonna do is put our T-square like this right on the outside, and we're gonna measure from the lip of the wheel to the T-square. And what I'm seeing is 1.5 centimeters. Okay?
Okay.
So that's 15 millimeters.
Cool.
Okay? So we gotta do the same thing with the rear, and we're gonna pick the weaker of the two. And actually the rear, 15 is gonna be perfect.
Really? So, actually works out perfectly. Sometimes when you measure for spacers or measure for wheels, it's completely different from the front and the rear, such as like the BRZ. The BRZ front fitment is really weak compared to the back fitment, where you can run like -30 offset or something like that. But whereas this, my wheels actually both be perfect with a 15mm spacer, which is really, really solid. So
the only concern here is that the tire is going to be too bulgy and then it's going to rub. So we're definitely going to have to downsize a little bit the width, but it'll still look sick. So I think 15mm spacer, what we should get.
yeah, okay. Definitely gonna go with a 15mm spacer, but if you guys, right now I have the Falcon Azeni's tires. If you have any tire recommendations, please leave them in the comments down below. I'm open to literally anything. Right now I'm thinking about the Falcon Azeni's again, but if you know any tires that are a little bit better or anything like that, leave them in the comments down below. Do you think I should still stay at a 295 or go down 275?
Yeah, 275 or...
Okay. I will most likely go with a 275, 35, and then that'll be looking like really, really perfect. So I don't know, we'll see. I'll keep you updated on all that, but I'm gonna go ahead and actually order those now. One more thing.
There's one more thing we need to check, and this car has studs, right? Wheel studs,
yeah.
And then you have a nut that you put on. So if you have a 15mm spacer, your stud's probably not gonna be long enough. So we may have to get bolt-on spacers that have studs on them. I'm not too sure. So
okay.
we might have to. You might have to also get, or you might have to get extended studs.
Okay.
They're like more.
How do we check for that right now?
If we take off one stud, I can show you how to do that. One bolt, one
lug nut.
Lug nut.
Okay.
Yeah. If we take off one lug nut, we should be able to check that out.
While we're here, might as well just go ahead and do it. So I'm gonna do it later on, and we can just be sure, and I can order everything right now instead of having to go back and do it later on.
Oh my God!
Evan just
used condoms under here.
What? Whatever, dude. Whatever. Evan just dropped fucking socket under the couch, dude. You see it? It's gone. It's gone, dude. You really did it this time, Evan. It's gone. Oh, perfect. Ew.
Holy shit! Look at this!
Me.
Oh my.
FYI for everybody wondering, we did not find the 17mm socket thanks to Evan, so.
Follow me on Instagram at Evan Beckerman, link will be in the description.
All right, let's hear it, Ev.
Let's see if we can see. Ooh, it ain't gonna work. So we gotta get some extended studs, I think.
Obviously, these are way too short for spacers, so.
So the lug seat is too short. We're gonna use a caliper here.
There we go.
So the stud length is only 15mm. So if you put a 15mm spacer on here, you'll literally have 0 threads. So that's not gonna work. So we need it to either replace the studs, or we might be able to get spacers that have extended studs on them. I'm not too sure, so we'll have to take a look.
Okay, so me and Evan have been looking at spacers and stuff for a little bit now, and we finally found the ones that will work best and be the most reliable. We are on the huntquarters.com. These are H&R spacers. They are 15mm 5x114. They actually come with extended studs as well. So I'm gonna go ahead and grab these, and then once I get those in, I can see how the wheels fit and then order my tire to complement the spacers.
Like this.
I'm not even gonna look, I'm just gonna feel.
You're gonna go across the top.
Okay, I'm not feeling.
No.
I'm not looking. I'm gonna show them, but I'm not looking. Very, very smooth. Very smooth.
It's very smooth, but if you feel across, like, you see how this body line right here?
Yes?
I cut it away over here. So if you feel...
Oh, so you kind of lost the body line?
Yeah, only right here. So if you feel it, you feel the width. Yeah.
Right, you can feel that it dips off like right there.
And then also over here, because I sanded too much.
No big deal, dude. You're gonna, you Bondo and you fix it. We've been through it.
Dude.
We've been through it.
That's what I'm doing. That's what I've been learning for the past 3 fucking days.
Calvin have this love for actually doing the body work, whereas all of these guys, they don't know.
They don't know, dude.
They don't know. I enjoy watching Calvin do this because I was doing it earlier too, and I kind of just stopped. Now Calvin's doing his, and it's like really cool to watch because you're actually like reshaping the kit, which is really cool, and fixing all the imperfections, which is like, once it's done, it makes you feel like you've done and accomplished so much for the car, and it's really sick to see it all come together. So yeah, I'm excited to see it coming all done.